thank you for stopping by once again. If you're a returning subscriber, absolutely welcome, and if you're new, you're welcome as well. You're welcome to the Shiny Tribe. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience of visa, the almighty US visa. So this is no way a visa expert. As you can see, I'm still in Nigeria. I've never taken a visa, but I think this will be helpful for people out there that still want to go abroad, and the day me I will go to America, they will use red carpet and come and carry me. I've been saying this thing and I'm not joking. So basically, the story is that I think when I was little, I'd always wanted to like school abroad and everything, USA in particular. So my elder sister is abroad, USA. So she was like, oh yeah, why not like I come there after my second semester. I was so happy because I think that's my dream, or that's my dream. So yeah, that was 2019. I finished my secondary school. Then 2020, I started the whole process. That was before COVID started. So I attended SAT lessons, and then I wrote my SAT exam. I passed. I even got a scholarship from my school. They were very nice people, honestly, nice people. So I had to stay in the States where my sister was, because obviously that's where my only family in the US. Okay, not my only family, but my immediate family. The other ones are like cousins and aunties. So that's where she was. So that's where I had to go. So I booked for an appointment. That was ending of 2020. So I wrote SAT beginning of 2020. And then COVID happened, and then embassies were closed, and then I had already gotten my admission to study nursing. So I had to like, the date for my interview I got was like, I think I wanted to get my interview date to be December, but we were fully booked, so I got it for January, early January. So that morning it was in Abuja. So that took me, we went there. I dressed well because I was 17 at that time, so I had to have my parents follow me, like basically my sponsor follow me. So my dad was my sponsor, so he had to like follow me. So we went there. Abuja embassy, like, it's really calm. It's not like Lagos where, see, I'm pro in this thing. I've gone for interview a lot of times. So any tip I'm giving, you know that it's actually real. So the one at Abuja is very, very calm. No, they don't have problem like Lagos. Very calm. So we went there. The security people were talking to my dad like, oh, how old am I? And like they told them my name. So my dad was just at the back, basically talking with security people. I sat down with him. When it was my time, I was like, I don't want my dad to go because I feel like maybe because it's there I'll be shy somehow, not be able to like express myself very well. But anyways, the man was like, oh no, you should follow it because it's your dad and everything, and it's your sponsor, and you're a minor, you're not up to 18. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we went inside. Mind you, we live in Port Harcourt, so we had to go all the way to Abuja for this interview. And I was so like, before I came to Abuja, my mom, my sister, my brother, we prayed like this on my file. We prayed a lot, like, so that I would get the interview. But anyways, when it was my turn, the man asked me, okay, he was like, oh, how are you? Because okay, before my interview, there was a boy in my front with his father. They looked so unorganized, like, can I have this document? That's what they're looking for, it doesn't look for it. But I already packed everything I needed. And guess what? They gave that boy the visa. Because basically I think he had gone to Dubai before I traveled. I don't know why, but they gave me the visa. So I was like, okay, I have all my documents, everything, scholarship from my school, passed my SAT very well, like I'm sure that I'm getting my visa. Anyways, so now I was like, hi, how are you? Fine, I can see here that your birthday is coming up. And I was shocked because I thought maybe they could be very strict. So that kind of like made me loosen up a bit. I was happier, I was calm. So it was like, oh, the boy that just left, birthday is the same 28 January as well. I'm like, wow, that's such a coincidence. He's like, yeah. So we're like, okay, so where am I headed? I told him I'm heading to Dickinson State University in Dickinson, North Dakota. He's like, okay. So what are you going to study? I'm going to study nursing. But basically, there was an issue because on my I-20 it said, I can't even remember, something about, it wasn't related to my nursing, but basically they said I have to do like a 1-year program before I'm admitted into the nursing program. Yes, if I can take the nursing exam and be admitted into the nursing program. So it wasn't set on my identity. So I had to explain to him. He was like, okay, fine. So who is my sponsor? Like my dad was like, okay, so he's done asking me questions now. I think he's going to ask my dad questions. So he asked my dad, what does he do for a living? He asked, and he now asked me, do you have any family in the US? Answered and everything. And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't give you your visa. I was heartbroken because like that was not even an option because my school had resumed. I was about some few days late, so I was already ready, like to get my visa, buy things, pack my bag and resume off. Like I had everything complete. So when they just said that the whole world just turned upside down, I was really so we had to go back to where we were staying over at my uncle's house, so my dad's brother. So we just went back there and they tried to make me feel better. But it wasn't working. My cousin was like, oh, it's okay. She started telling me her experience with her, like how she was denied her visa, like visitor's visa. Anyways, I cried because I did not believe. And then, so 2019, some of my friends were already in school, so you just imagine like the setback. Anyways, so I was like, I can do this again. I'll do it again. I'm going to get my visa. I'm going to try again. So came back home, called my mom. She was not happy at all because I knew she was already expecting, like she could not wait for me to just go and start school. I was really very excited about it. I told my close friends. So after that, I think okay, I think when did we apply again? I think we came back home. Yeah, we came back home like 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later. Then we applied for another interview date. So I think from January when my school had already resumed. I didn't get the date in January, I didn't get the date in February, I got the date in March. Right? Oh no. Yeah, okay, basically I used there's something called expedited appointment, like emergency appointment. So I'd use it for the first time when I needed a date in December. I got the date in March. That's my first interview. But then I now chose an emergency interview and I got January. So I'd already used that chance and I didn't know that like once you've used it, you can't use it again. That option is basically closed. So I was able to now get a date in March for my second interview. So I went for the second interview. This was in Lagos. I was like, if Abuja did not give me, I was like, might as well try Lagos. And also, it's good to like explore different parts of Nigeria since we've gone to Abuja already. And basically, I had not traveled a lot. Only by us I've basically been to before now. So, like since I've gone to Abuja, might as well like do Lagos. Don't know where God will favor you from. So I went there. This one. When I reached, I've not even interviewed me the second time. I went to my dad the second time. They never interviewed me. And there's 160. I didn't know that I was supposed to fill another one. I asked my sister, she was like, oh, she doesn't think that you should fill another one. That's how I didn't go to school again. Like I missed my job. I was like, what the hell is happening? Like what's going on? Why is this always happening? I was so sad. Like believe me, I don't think I'm not careful or I don't pray. Like I pray to God for his leading and everything. I really don't know why. So basically, like that didn't work out. So that's it. We now had like we had a nasty experience. So in Lagos, there's this place where they do like printing, all of that. They are in just one corner. So basically, the gates outside the embassy, they are the full tier basically. So my dad is the kind of person that easily makes friends with everybody. Like you can start up a conversation and you guys start talking. So we started with the security guards outside. Even when we came in the morning, they attended to us very nicely. So when we were going back, the man was like, "Oh, what happened? That he saw us when we came." So my dad was like, "Oh, look at this. That they said my J160 is not new. That I can't use it again because I used it the first time. So I was supposed to fill another one." He's like, "Okay, that she now called one of the cyber cafe girls that we should meet her. She's going to like maybe process another one for us, and then maybe I could still do my interview that day." I was clueless. So basically, we went ahead and I tried doing it. So when we were filling the J160, my daddy was like, "How much for this thing? Because you don't know how this people can be. In Lagos, you have to shine your eye. How much just to fill this 160? Something that I later did by myself, like 2-3 times by myself." She was like, "Oga, no worry. Leave am now." I was like, "Madam, how much?" She said no. I was like, "Daddy, I'm hungry." So he said, "Okay, let's go and buy food let me buy food while I'm sitting with her while she's filling this 160, so she won't make any mistakes." So he went to buy food, came for me. I was eating there. So she was like halfway in. And then my sister now called because with the time difference. So that was like around the early afternoon. I think that's when she just woke up from her sleep because our time difference. So she was like, "You should not feel anything there, that's how that place is, that she's going to feel it herself, like it's not something difficult, and then we'll just easily book again and try again, because that's all we can do. You can't be like complaining about what has already happened, because you can't change the past. I mean, now we know that you have to feel a new J160 every time you go for an appointment or a new appointment." So then we were asked to like take a picture. I had a picture like so you can upload my J160, but she said it wasn't going through. When my sister used to fill the other J160, she wasn't working, and I took this picture in studio 24. She said it was not good, blah blah blah. Alright, so we have to snap another passport. Another passport. If you see the way I looked in this passport, guess how much? From 5,000 naira for passport. My dad was like, 5,000 naira? No, we ended up paying 2,500. Then my dad was like, "Wait, if this passport, those 4 copies are 8 copies, 4 copies can be 2,500. How much is it?" She said, "We'll pay 100,000. Pay 100K." Hey, it was just like film. 100 freaking K. After being disappointed, like sad, I was not able to do my appointment. Then 100K. I was like, hell no. My daddy was more having it. He's like, "What the hell? Why did you not tell us before we started?" Because I was asking. She said, "No, there's 100K that." Okay, my daughter was like, "Okay." My daughter said we should not do it again. Cancel. She was like, "Okay, no wahala, let's cancel it." So we cancelled everything. Like my dad was like, "Why do people want to extort people?" Like my dad was like, when I was inside for my interview, one guy was complaining about how they made him print paper for 10K at 5K. So like outrageous amount, just because you're at an interview and you need that paper so much. You just have to pay because they know you need it. So now we left. So when we were going out, the place we were taking the passport, the man that took the passport for us, we had to meet him outside for, I don't know if it was for, I don't know whether for change or to collect the passport. Okay, no, to collect the hard copy of the passport. So when we went there, he was like, "Why do we not do this?" And it was not like, "Oh, her price is so expensive, like 100K just to fill form." So he now told us, "See this man here that maybe he can explain what is going on." So when we met the man, another person on the cyber cafe. So my sister now said like we should give the man the phone. She was now talking to him like he should explain, because we did not understand what was going on. So he now explained to my sister and everything. So yeah, he was trying to he explained to my sister what was going on. So while we were there, we were waiting for a while because I was not having it, and she was talking to my sister, was talking to the man. So we're just in the man's like shop waiting. So while we were waiting, this woman in quotes that helped us came by, and she has her leg was not good, like she's disabled. Her leg is kind of bent, and so when she came, she's not like, oh, so we okay. I think when my dad, okay, she now like when like we left her shop and came to do it to another person's shop. My dad was like, no, we are not doing it here. That my daughter is going to do it, but she's talking to him, like she's trying to explain something. My dad was not like, okay, don't worry. By the time we are going, I will give you something, because anyhow, like you typed, you wasted your time and you typed, and you use your data. I'll find something. She already agreed. So next thing, the man was like, the man that messed up something like, okay, let me open the DS160, like let me open my page and let him see what is going on. Can you believe that this man opened the page and he saw another person's passport on my DS160? So basically, this other woman filled the DS160 to the end and put another person's passport and name. Okay, no, my name and another person's passport on the DS160. I was furious. My sister was furious. Like, she's this kind of witch. Then it was mad. Immediately he went and called her. He was like, you, this wicked man with a broken leg. It was not funny. And you know it's Yoruba land. People were like, oh God, calm down. No, you don't do that. I was like, madam, you're a very wicked man. That's why your legs like this. They are very wicked. They were telling me to come and say, Mama, please. I know that you should do respect in Yoruba, but see, no, but that don't tell me to calm down. Some of, like, you know, they have all this union. Some of them are look like us, me and my dad, like, see them wicked people. Basically, shall we now went back, filled under the 160, paid the money again. This time we came back to Lagos. I came back with my mother, so I've only interviewed once. This time with my mom, nah, it didn't work out. Same story. Didn't get it. Anyway, so at this point I was like, okay. I went back home. I went back to a place we were staying at, like in Lagos. I was like, what? This was now 2021. So 2019, 2020, 2021, I've been trying for this thing. Okay, no, 2020, 2021, I've been trying for this thing. My mates are now in year 2. And at this point, because I didn't get like my visa, and I still had the hope of going to school. I already did my first semester of year 1 online, like first semester online, and I had a very good grade. Like I passed my exam very well. So it was really sad. My supervisor was like, she doesn't know what to do and all of that. It was heartbreaking. I cried. My mom was like, should we try jam? I'm like, God forbid, I cannot write jam again. How will I do this? It's not my right jam. Now I enter check. I was mad, basically. You don't know how sad it is to face all of this and you know, still act like everything is okay. I feel like I was depressed. I was sad at some point. Like every day at some point, I was sad. I always cry before I sleep. Like, what the hell is going on? Why can't my own thing just work out right? Because I've watched a lot of videos and people say, oh, they got it once, they got it twice, they got it 3 times. And then my sister kept telling me, like, it's okay, no one can get it on the 5th try. Like, she knows of somebody that just arrived in the US after 5 interviews. That's when she was able to get her visa. So that kind of gave me hope. But then my mom was like, okay, you try just one more time. So this was, I think, okay, so the first one, Abuja, that was when I interviewed first. Then Lagos, I didn't interview. Second time, third time. So this was the third time now after the interview, like third interview that I was able to like talk with that interviewer. So for the last time, he gave the money. So I didn't do second semester. And you know how many million my school fees was? Like millions. What am I saying millions? Millions. My school fees was thousands of dollars. And just imagine, you're not even getting the full money because you're in Nigeria, you're not participating, you're not enjoying any of the benefits. You're just basically like wasting your time, basically, because the time difference. I have to be awake in the night to like learn with them, and it was hectic. Anyways, so I now paid for the visa interview again. So I put second semester on hold, so that for the next year I'll now do second semester and continue from there. I was not able to get a date for my interview. Guess what? That was in 2021. My visa interview date was 2024. Can you believe that? 2024. Anyway, so we kept praying and praying and praying. But one, that 2024, you have to try 2 times to pick a date for your interview. So I didn't, if you like for that morning, 2 slots. So we already picked one. I still picked 2024 one because I was advised that you pick a date and then hopefully they will reschedule for you. So then we picked the 2024 and hoped that the dates will come up soon. So I talked to my supervisor and I even attended summits in Education USA. Like my supervisor advised I do that. So that's what I did. And they said, okay, always like wake up at night and check for new dates without your last slot. Maybe dates closer to 2021. Like that was around like October or November of 2021. Anyways, so I was able to pick a date in April of 2022. April. Anyways, so at the point I removed my mind from it. I removed my mind. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to write jam. I think one day I was in the house and I was like, if I'm going to write jam, I can't just sit at home and because I would have forgotten most of my jam stuff. So I had to I now saw Miniports, University of Port Harcourt, there's something called basic. So I was like, okay. So paid for the house, moved in, started my basic. I'm not going to do it again. And then I forgot about it basically. So that was February of this year, 2022. I received a message from the embassy that they moved my interview date from April to March 16th. No, that was in March when I received it, but like 1st of March. So it was rushed. I told my sister that I don't want to go for it. I'm sorry. I don't want to go. She was like, why not give it a try? My other sister was like, just try. I don't know if it's this last time you get it. So I was like, okay, fine, just one last time. So it was in Abuja this time, and this time I had to go alone. So I went alone to Abuja. I stayed over at my sister's friend's house. She had just come from America for NYSC. So I stayed at her house, and it was really fun. She basically had a big sister in court there with me. So she took me to the embassy because she was like, okay, she needs to know the experience and know how the place looks like, because when she interviewed in Lagos, so she wants to know what Abuja looks like so that when she's going back it's easy for her. So in the morning when we're waiting for our boat, we almost were late that day, waiting for our boat guy, we were practicing, she was asking me questions, I was answering. I was like, this time, okay, let me I've put my effort in, of course, but this time let me just do my best more. Went and the guy was like, okay, I can see that he asked me questions the same regular random questions where you hear what do you want to study? Yeah, something like that. What do you want to study? So and I told him that, oh look, my interview was moved, and I know that I saw on the website that if they move your interview date is more than 3 months before, more than 3 months before your resumption start date is an issue. Okay, no problem, that you understand, because the embassy moved it by themselves. So I was like, okay, great, everything is fine. Rejection letter is somewhere here. I don't even want to see it, so you better just keep sending. But I'm sorry, but your visa cannot be your visa cannot be granted. I was like, so what am I going to do about school? My age is going, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, next. I just took everything, took my passport and just went outside. So my sister's friend was waiting. She was really excited to see, and because we were practicing answering everything, we saw that they did not give me. So some people were now asking me what happened. No, those secret people were asking what happened. I'm like, nah. Mama was like, Nigeria have a contract, Nigeria is great. I'm like, yes, I'm not doing this again. So basically I came back home and I continued my class. Yes, no, I didn't cry this time around. I was like, nah, there's no point crying. So I didn't cry this time around. And and I'm very, very happy. Maybe it was not meant for me. So anyways, I hope you guys learned something from this video, that even if things are not going the way you want, doesn't mean that God has abandoned you. Okay? Because sometimes it can happen, you feel like God doesn't love you anymore, things are not going right with you, but it's all good. God still loves you and God still cares about you. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It should be something very, very interesting. Bye guys.